When people come in to see an exhibition on any artist, including Norman Rockwell, they probably don't think, well, how did the curatorial staff decide to hang that? I mean, people come in and they just start looking. But we have to make it so that looking is easy, and that looking is accessible, and that looking is fun. And to make it seem effortless, we have to put in a lot of effort. One of the first things that we do when we decide on a show is I've got a little scale model in my office, and every single piece in the show is cut to scale and put inside of that model so that we have a flow established with the work. Once we have that plan made in 3 dimensions, it's not over. We have to decide, well, what color are we going to paint the walls? Our chief preparator and designer, Mike Dwyer, makes those decisions.
Every time I'm in here, I keep wishing I had gone one shade lighter on this yellow, but I was looking at the sweater and the chair here, and there's even this yellow car in the background, so I was trying to sort of pull colors out of the piece and use a wall color for that. Subject matter and theme can suggest color or the time period or the part of the world it's coming from, or all kinds of things can kind of give you some hint, and often you're looking at the paintings and trying to sort of pick the color that works best with that. We have sort of a dual purpose here, which is to give the viewer the most satisfying experience they can have as they come to see the show, but we're also about the preservation of the artwork. When the exhibition gets here in a tractor trailer and it's all crated up, we bring those crates off the truck and we take them into our crate storage area, and they just sit in there in a climate-controlled room for 24 hours. So we don't bring the crates in and crack right into them because there might be some thermal or humidity shock that would happen.
My name is Martin Mahoney. I'm the Director of Collections and Exhibitions at the Norman Rockwell Museum in Stockbridge, Massachusetts. I've been assigned to courier this exhibition here to the Columbia Museum of Arts. Oftentimes couriering involves riding on the trucks from venue to venue or flying into a venue and helping set up the show. You are responsible for the condition reporting, the oversight of the install, and you also assist the curatorial department in helping organize the show.
So then after the condition reporting is done, we can start bringing the art into the gallery, and we just sort of set them down on the floor on some padded material. We have foam that we put on the floor and lean them up against the wall, and then you can start to really see how the pieces relate to each other. I always find, like with lighting and object placement and a lot of things like that, I have to see it. And you know, we've done it a bunch of times before, but it helps still to get the actual object in place and be able to look at it, and you do discover things that you hadn't planned. But there's certain things we know that you could say is sort of an exact science, like there's lighting guidelines that would say usually no more than 5-foot candles for works on paper. 20-foot candles is sort of a general guideline for oil paintings and so on.
People often wonder why, the light seems to be a little lower in museum galleries. Well, we have light restrictions, and again, our prep staff, the guys who put the work on the wall and adjust all the lights, they make sure the light is not too intense, because heavy light will not only damage your skin, it damages art, which are essentially organic objects, just like we're organic.
Sort of my rule of thumb is that the lighting doesn't draw attention to itself, because you want the art to be the thing that people are really focused on.
The theme of this show was having beautiful finished drawings that would ultimately become a painting, and having also at the same time the photographs that Rockwell made to create the drawings, And then in many cases having the cover of the magazine where the finished illustration appears, but the show really needs to fit our space in its entirety. And so if you were to look around the entire gallery, you see that the pace of the show, the spacing of the show is really quite comfortable, really quite beautiful, really visitor friendly. We have to plan that months and months, if not years, in advance to make it fit just this way, just this comfortably, and just this effectively.
We look at sort of the visual rhythm that the pieces make as your eye scans around the room. So, you know, there's some vertical pieces, some horizontal pieces, size matters, and, you know, sort of having that visual beat be some kind of satisfying experience.